down, will never come down. When the sun comes up, we'll be feeling how we do right now. My heart's on fire, coming down to the wire. While the world sleeps, we'll keep burning brighter and brighter.
She was cycling 2 days ago. So.
Hang on, leave it. Don't get your fingers all dirty.
Why do we lift this up the stars?
Well, it's so she doesn't fall down.
Down there.
No, because we're going to lift her leg up and she might fall down if she doesn't have the straps.
The first 3 weeks of AI is the period where we see the biggest number of cycling cows. When cows are cycling, they will ride each other anywhere and it puts increased pressure on their feet, especially when they do it on the concrete and race areas. For this reason, it is not unusual for us to experience an uptick in the number of cows that have feet that require some attention. We try to treat them as quickly as possible so they are able to recover fast. These 2 girls had pulled up lame, so needed a checkup.
Yeah.
So, need some water. See, there was a bit of past there.
Oh, let me get as close as possible.
Above the night. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Can you squeeze it a little bit? Can you hold it for quick up? No, she's one.
So, this is pretty good.
go down the middle, yeah, because otherwise it's going to slip.
It is far from ideal when they bleed, and we do try to avoid this, but sometimes it can't be helped. In this situation, the abscess that was causing the pain was quite small and narrow and difficult to track up without a little bit of blood. Urian exposed the cavity causing the problem to oxygenate the area and wrapped it up with disinfectant to kill any bugs. The block on the other side helps to take the weight off the damaged area, and generally they stay in place for about a month, which gives the injured area time to recover.
Did you oil those rollers?
The spring mix we use is made up of DAP, chip potash, Cellcoat Ultra, borate, sulfur 90 and a little bit of sulfate of ammonia. We only use this mix on the milking platform because it would make the hill country grow completely out of control. This would reduce the quality of the summer feed for the heifers down the track. We think it is important for the heifers to have good quality grass that hasn't become too rank. We find it helps them grow bigger frames than grass that has become too mature. We had started the second round of our spring fertilizer application. Our plan to do it in 2 small batches instead of 1 big application appeared to be working nicely. We had been grazing the pasture that had been fertilised, and the milk urea was staying steady at around 25 to 26, which is not too bad. When it spikes over 35 at this time of the year, we generally have a cow show up with mastitis, which is something we prefer to avoid. I had a workout this morning, and we've actually cut probably 25 hectares worth of silage this year so far. So this is the second lot of silage that we did, and we're just about to graze it in the next day or two. But that's 25 hectares. That's quite a lot. Like, that's over a third of the farm has been done for silage, and then we must be getting to the point where we've at least topped. We're on our second round of topping, and I think this needs to be mowed. It's super good quality at the moment, and it's 24 days since we cut it. But if you look here, the ryegrass is already going to seed, so there's still a little bit of leaf, but that seed there is all it wants to do is go to seed. I mean, it's its biological duty, isn't it, to go to seed? That's its job, to produce the seed head and then be done for the year. But
we take that out with the mower and then it comes back leafy. But also when that goes real stalky, it just smothers out everything else. So we take it off with the mower, and then it gives all this other stuff a chance to come through, and you see heaps of creeping buttercup. Lots of people think that's a weed, but the cows really like it. You've got your clover. There's different types of clovers here, and that starts to come through really vigorously when you take the ryegrass out, which the ryegrass is very dominant at the beginning of spring. And then you've got
different kind of one.
Yeah, that's a clover. And then you've got your plantain. Well, plantain is like a really good feed when it's leafy, but when it goes dog like that, it produces so many seed heads. So you just take that out. Like the cows would probably only eat half of those seed heads, and then those plants just go to sleep. So we take them out with the...
Oh, this is also one.
Yep. We take that off with the mower, and then it just keeps growing leaf into the summer. And otherwise, if we didn't do that, we wouldn't have the grazing pressure to take it out hard enough. Like docks are another thing as well. Lots of people spray for docks because it is considered a weed, but it's just leaf. That's just leaf.
Lots of
If you take it off with the mower, then it just grows leaf, and the seeds don't
lot
get...
of flowers.
Yeah, there's lots of flowers. The seeds don't get a chance to mature. This is a dock that's setting a seed, but it's like it's a soft seed, so it's still quite
Yeah,
digestible. Dock, yeah. Do you know what cows do when these go to seed?
Yeah.
What?
I don't know.
They put them up their nose. Now, what good could possibly come from a dock going up the nose? Pretty much nothing. But what would be interesting is if we have a look at that grass over on the sideling where I didn't mow and the cows actually just grazed it. We could have a look at the difference in quality. So that's basically what happens when there's no grazing pressure. There's like a tiny weeny bit of leaf, which that's perfectly good milking feed there, and then a heap of fibrous, low digestibility material. And then what's also happens here, one of our worst weeds on this farm is California thistle, and certain areas have quite a lot of it, certain areas don't, but the cows aren't going to eat that now, whereas if that was mown last time and I mowed it again, they'd actually eat all of that up. So it's a pretty easy way of dealing with a super obnoxious weed. But yeah, I don't really like feeding this to milking cows, but we have to sort of pull this paddock back into one rotation, so it's just a necessary evil this time round, and she'll be good next time. But if this was in any other paddock, we'd shut it for hay. And there's some red clover coming through. Hey, do you want to try a red clover? So I'll get this bit tonight and I'll mow it just to tidy it up. And it should be dry enough for me to mow down there. I won't be able to get all of it.